Welcome to the Libra Lounge with Keisha podcast. I am your host, Keisha, and I've got my husband, producer James, in the studio. Yeah, I don't think people realize we're married.
Really?
No, you know how often I'm like, man, you're really mean to that one white guy.
Oh, I thought everybody knew by now.
No, producer James and I are married.
Happily married.
Okay.
I'm happily married.
Okay, speak for yourself, because sometimes I be a little bit, I don't know about you. Like I don't know. You make me sometimes go back and read the marriage certificate to make sure that it's.
There's no rules written on it. It just says
I
you're
feel like
married.
it's rules. Like I'm like, let me get my magnifying glass. That has to be in the small printing. If he do this, I can leave and take all his money. Like I'm always looking for it.
It is not the Willy Wonka contract. Like there's no, fine print to it.
Y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and apologize now. We have had some fucked up weather here in the Houston area. Like we had a tornado.
Yeah.
The other day. We had severe rain, wind. It was flooding. It's been bad. So like everyone's allergies are on 500 right now. Like coughing, hawking, sneezing, and you're probably gonna hear all of it today on the show. And
Yeah.
I just apologize for it. I can't help it. I'm sick. I'm sick.
I don't feel good.
I don't feel good, sir. So, a few months back, James and I, our whole family, we like to go to different entertainment shows, whether it's concerts, theater, dance, whatever it is.
Drag shows.
All of that stuff. So this actually happened in October before we kind of went on break for a bit. And James had gotten me some tickets to, what was it, a quartet of violinists?
It was a string quartet.
Yeah.
It's a string quartet.
So you had someone playing the violin, the viola,
cello,
all of that good stuff. So we invited our friend. We're not going to mention his name or anything like that, okay? He went with us because his birthday is like 2 days before mine. So we did that. Had a wonderful evening. Very entertained. Great entertainment. I mean, it was a magical performance. It was good because I was the only black person in there. So it was good and sophisticated.
The
only, yes. I'm like, I don't think we're going to meet our quota today because one is surely not enough. So we had this really, really, really fun time. So our friend, who, first I got to kind of describe this friend. He's a very dapper gentleman.
Yes.
Is that I mean, when he walks out the house, it's going to be a Tom Ford walking on a runway kind of model. Like best tie, bow tie, European cut pants, everything that producer James is not with fashion, our friend is.
I mean, he does wear vests.
Almost every day, and they look good.
Okay.
Good, yes. So he was like, hey, there's this burlesque show that's coming to town. Do y'all want to go? It's this weekend. So I'm like, hell yeah. Like, we're still celebrating our birthdays. Yeah, most definitely we are going. Okay. But I knew something was a little bit off because it was in Galveston.
I mean, there's some nice spots in Galveston. I mean,
Yeah, they sell oysters, and then you eat your oysters, and then you go back to the mainland, okay?
You get the fuck off
the island. You get the fuck off the island, all right? Galveston, I'm trying to describe it because to anyone in this area, if you say Galveston, they know exactly what you're talking about. They even know which side of Galveston you're talking about based on how you say Galveston. So if someone goes, oh yeah, we're going to Galveston, they're going to Jamaica Beach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Side? Yeah.
If someone said, Galveston, we know something happened at the projects. So it's just like a clusterfuck of different things there. Okay.
It's almost like Florida had a cheap stepsister.
Yeah, she had a cousin.
Yeah,
that would be Galveston.
Yeah.
The water literally.
Galveston is Florida's trashier stepsister.
Yeah, and the water literally, like, we don't get in that water. It looks like gumbo.
Brown.
No, it's brown. No, and I don't even like to see the people that are on the beach. Nope.
Here's the thing: like the couple of times in the last few years when it's actually been blue, it's a news story. Like it's front page, blue water in
Blue
Galveston.
water. The shit still don't look blue to me. I'm like, it just look a little bit clearer brown. That's Galveston, okay? So I was like, okay, but there's really nice places in Galveston as well.
Oh yeah.
So I'm thinking, I know.
You know,
I
man.
know we're about to be in one of these fine establishments because you have to know our friend.
I would expect nothing less.
Nothing less, okay? Nothing. So the day of, he sends me a text. He's like, guys, I'm not going to be able to go. I just wasted boiling water on me. Okay, we got it. So producer James and I go ahead. We have a real nice dinner.
We did.
Dinner by the water.
At a nice place.
At a nice establishment, okay? So then we get ready to go to the burlesque show. Now, if you have ever gone to a burlesque show or have seen one on TV, who's like the most famous burlesque? What is it, Kat Von?
No, Dita Von Teese.
Dita Von Teese.
Yeah, she was like the modern one. Yeah.
So when I think burlesque, that's what I think of. And I think about other burlesque shows that we've gone to. We've gone to some of the Circus Soleil? Yeah.
We went in Vegas.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I know this about to be good. Until we got to the street.
Well, let's be honest. Until we got 3 blocks away from where the place was.
When you said, oh, there's the place right there. And I'm like, no, it's not. No, that's not. Look up that address again because GPS done fucked all the way up. And so he's like, no, Keish, this is it. I'm like, it turned into not an argument, but someone who was believing and then another person who was in disbelief. And I'm like, James, that's a prostitute, possibly a crackhead prostitute standing on the side. Okay. He's like, well, let's just see how it goes when we get inside. You know how husbands are when they know it's a fucked up situation, but they're going to try to make the best of it because they know their wife can act ignorant, okay?
Well, but you know I love uncomfortable situations too.
It is very hard to make producer James uncomfortable, okay? Not I get uncomfortable real fast, especially in the ghetto. So there's nowhere to park.
No, there's no parking lot.
There's no parking. So then we drive around and there's this really teeny tiny parking lot. James drives into it. I'm like, are we not fixing to park here? Ain't no way, no how, no who. He's like, well, what's wrong, Keisha? I'm like, there's no other luxury vehicles in this parking lot. There's no 2022s, no 2021s, no 2020s. I see 1980s. I don't, no. We're not parking over here. So then right next to this said parking lot was just like a bunch of a grassy area.
Yeah, basically where someone or somewhere might have just been torn down.
Right.
Like
so
a blank foundation, basically.
So there's a group of, we have like big groups of Jeepers down here.
Jeepers.
Yeah, we have a friend who's really big into that lifestyle, and I never take up the invite when she asked me to go to one of their things.
You go to Jeeperland?
I'm like, I'm sorry, I have lupus flare up today. So James is like, well, let's park over there. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I said, all I smell is Miller Lite and broken dreams coming from over there, okay? So I was like, James, just please drive around some more. Like, just by what I mean about drive around a little bit, get on 45 South, take us over the causeway, and take us back home. So producer James at this point is still very excited about this. Okay.
Oh, I already know it's going to be a shit show. I can't wait.
I think he's more excited by how I'm acting because he thinks it's funny when I'm like irate. He's hilarious. He thinks it's hilarious. So we finally find a parking spot, and I'm like, where the meter at? Like, we had to go look for the meter to pay. And did it even work?
It worked. Took a little while. No cell signal.
I wonder why. So but
I gotta say though, because you mentioned about there's no like 2021, 2022 vehicles. Let's go a step further. You got out of the car, looked around, because she drives a Land Rover, and she looked around and go, James, there's no other Land Rovers here. There's no Mercedes here.
I don't see a BMW. No. I don't see a Porsche. Like, I was really caring, like, at this moment, okay?
Oh, you were entitled.
I was. So we finally found a parking spot. Finally, I guess, gassed up the meter so we could pay. And so we're walking. Here's another red flag. There's no sidewalk. I'm like, James, we walking in grass. We're walking in grass and kicking beer cans off to the side. Why are we still going to this show? Mind you, we didn't have to pay for the tickets.
Yeah.
So I would have had zero guilt leaving, okay? So we get to, okay, here's another red flag.
You're stacking them up.
Now, what weekend was it? It was some kind of a weekend. I can't remember
It was
what
something.
Oh, I know what it was. The name of the place was called the what was it? The Mob?
Prohibition or a speakeasy or something like
No,
that.
no. It was called the Mob.
Okay.
It was like supposed to have that kind of a theme, right?
Oh yeah, it's like a speakeasy kind of like old school prohibition thing.
So as we're going in,
Mob bar.
So as we're going in, I was like, okay, this is too much already. 3 people come out dressed like they were during mob times, like kind of Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
It was Great Gatsby, but it was like from Party City. I was like, okay, you know what? Please don't let nobody talk to me. So in true fucking James fashion, we get into this rat trap of a hole in the wall. Okay? Like the lights are so dark, you can barely see anything, which I guess if I had an establishment like that, I wouldn't have no lights on at all. Period, point blank. We get in there and James is like, I gotta go to the restroom. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what? Again, I'm the only black person in here.
By far.
And the white people that were there, not particularly the kind of white people that I want to have a Saturday night with. I don't want to talk to you, but nothing. So what he fails to tell me is that he's got to take a shit. So he is in there for about 10, 15 minutes.
You will say that.
But it felt like 15 hours when you're standing there close to a wall, but you don't want to lean on the wall because you don't know what possibly could be on that wall. So you're just standing there clutching on to your Louis Vuitton Neverfull for dear life and hoping and praying, because I saw people looking at me because I looked like I didn't belong there. Not because of the color of my skin, just because I don't know.
Because you had a Louis Vuitton. And drove there on a Land Rover.
It was dressed nice, while all these people are dressed like catwalkers during the Great Gatsby. I guess that's the look they were going for.
We'll go with Prohibition, like 50s kind of.
Okay, you call it that. I call it Skankville.
Okay.
Okay, with feathers. Okay, so Chase finally comes out, and I'm so pissed. I'm like, where the fuck were you? He's like, sorry, I couldn't. I'm like, all right, fine. So we go into this room that I think is set up to be like a photo room.
Yeah.
Lobby. I don't know. There was mob stuff on the wall, but it was painted. Not like a mural. Well, it was, I guess, supposed to be on my eye. I'm not taking a picture with none of that shit. And so then this girl comes out and someone goes, oh, yeah. She's part of the show. And I'm like, no, the fuck she not. Not by my eyes, she's not. You can do burlesque in any size, but it was the shape of the person that she was shaped kind of like a skinny pear.
Like a pear with legs.
Yeah, and then she had on like a pair of shorts that went up her butt, but they were not bought to go up the butt. They just went up the butt. And I'm like, okay, all right. So they finally say, hey, we can go back into the room where the burlesque show is going to be. I'm like, okay, I know this is about to be real nice because they got to make up for all this trash. They ain't make shit up. We are literally, the room that we're in it was the size of probably the office that we're recording the podcast in right now.
There's a 4th bedroom.
The chairs were so disgusting. I said, James, it's rust on the chairs from like people spilt shit. I said, you can see the drip line of the drink by how the rust is the formation of the rust on here. So of course, again, this motherfucker gotta go get something. Any excuse to leave me at this point, okay? He's like, I'm gonna go get a drink. Do you want anything? And I'm like, I want to go home, but if you're gonna go to the bar, just bring me a Coke to just help me get through this, okay? So I am choosing at this moment to ride on the back of the bus. I picked the furthest seat to the back because I'm so highly uncomfortable. I think there's rats running around on the floor. There's no way there was not rats there, okay? I'm not the only black person there. There's this fucking broke down looking Anthony Mack kind of fucking fella who is there with two older white women, and then he had the audacity to tongue one of them down.
Ooh.
Yes, and I was like, oh my God, what did I do this week? Like, what was I mean to someone this week? Like, why do I deserve this? 10 minutes have gone by. Producer James is still nowhere to be seen. So by this point, I'm sitting there in a chair. My legs are close together. I'm barely breathing. So then someone comes by and he's like, oh, is anyone sitting here? I'm like, this whole row taken, even though it's two of us. And then this other guy tries to talk to me, ask me questions. I'm giving only one word answers, like, yes, no, mm-mm. I just don't want to talk to anyone. So then you can tell, like, the room is made up of theater kids who never really got to be in the plays. They were the ushers and stuff like that during the performances. They were the crew always, but they had ambitions of being on the stage, but they weren't good enough. So they all met here, and they are being theatrical as fuck with their costumes on and everything. After 35 minutes, producer James comes back. He reappears. I thought, at this, he was gone so long. I was like, the motherfucker just left me.
Well, the goddamn bartender didn't know how to make a single drink. Like, three people were in front of me. Each of those people ordered a drink, and every single one of them had to tell the bartender what was in it. All right, so one was like a Bahama Mama. Mm-hmm. Okay, fine, some ingredients. Mm-hmm. One was like a tequila sunrise. Okay, less ingredients. The third one was a rum and Coke, and the guy looked at him like, well, what is that? It's rum and fucking Coke. Yeah. My drink, I just said, let me just get a Coke. Yeah. Coca-Cola. Mm-hmm. And he's like, you want ice with that? Yes, I want ice with that.
Because most people do like a cocktail with a little bit of ice.
They do. And then I just said, vodka.
So
what's in that? Fucking vodka.
So he comes back, and I'm like, where the fuck have you been? Like, I'm just so pissed off. For the second time. Yeah. And he's like, well, do you want me to hold your purse? Because I'm like, no.
Because she's clutching it.
I'm like, I'm scared if I put it on the ground, a mouse family will decide to take up residence in my purse. I'm afraid if I sit it on a chair, it'll get rust on it. And thirdly, I'm holding on to it for dear fucking life. This is my service dog right now because I am highly uncomfortable in this entire situation. Granted, the show ain't started yet.
Not yet.
So then the hostess of the evening, who must have YouTube wrongly how to host the burlesque show, comes out. Now, mind you, we can touch the stage. That is how small the room is. Like, it's there. You see everything. Like, there's supposed to be a little mystery to burlesque. It was no mystery of how god awful these people were. So part of the sell on going to this show was because it said rural traveling. Rural traveling. This bitch got up there and said they from Conroe, which is about maybe an hour outside from where we live at. I'm like, Conroe? People don't even really say they're from Conroe. You kind of go to Conroe, and sometimes we see Conroe on the news. That's about it. You telling me you like from the classical burlesque school of Conroe impresses me not, okay? So she gets out up there, and she's talking horribly, trying to crack jokes. I guess that's what I don't know. I don't know if she's trying to crack jokes or the shit was just so sad it was funny. It was bad.
She was doing that kind of like, I'm going to be cheeky thing, like cheeky naughty, with terrible jokes.
It was bad.
It was bad.
So then the first performance comes on.
Mm-hmm.
And
this was the world traveling part of it. Because they said this girl was from Germany.
Yeah.
Which I think may have been Germantown, Texas.
Yeah, because Germans like to show a little bit more than what we got to see, okay? So this girl gets up there. Her hat falls off.
Immediately. Not in time with the music.
It didn't fall like I'm popping it off with my hands and covering up my nipple mystery. No, it just fell the fuck off her fucking head. And she had to pick it up. This bitch was so dead-eyed. I'm like, okay, she is about to OD on heroin at any moment. And we're gonna witness this, okay? I knew when her prop was a Harry Potter book from the library, grab and give, you know, like you give a book, grab a book. That was her prop. I'm like, where the feathers at? Where are the jewels at?
Where's the feathers?
What is going on? So she performs, and so the hostess is like, you guys see this glittery hat? I'm gonna pass it back. We're gonna pass it around, and you guys just fill up with tips. As empty as that goddamn glittery hat was when it came to the back, is how empty it was when it went right back up to the front. Okay? So the second girl comes out who I had to really think, I'm like, this girl is a second grade little boy. That's how flat chested she was.
She was built like a cardboard box.
Yeah, and then she
flat.
kind of had that look about her like maybe somebody touched her inappropriately before she got up there, or
she looked like she just came from trauma, basically.
She never made eye contact with anyone.
No one. And that's a big part of the show. Is like
there was no tease, there was no smiles, there was no titties.
She looked like a stripper who was tired of her third shift.
Yeah, yes.
Just staring out into nothing. Just going through the motion. And
I'm thinking that I'm whispering to James, I'm gonna kick said friend's ass soon as we leave, if we make it out of here, because there's a possible chance we're not gonna make it out of here. So then the last dancer comes on, and she's just as off as the other two, and then the hostess comes out for our final performance. Bitch, what y'all been performing? How is this the finale? I thought this was the warm up. 30-minute show.
30-minute show.
30-minute show. This bitch comes out as the grand finale. Okay, I have to say this, is that we're not having technical difficulties at all. It may sound that way, but I literally, every allergy that could possibly bother a person is bothering me right now, and I have to keep cutting out of the show because I'm coughing and snotting to death over here. My apologies.
It's okay.
All right, so I'm like whispering to Jane, I'm going to kick his motherfucking ass as soon as we get it. Look. When they say break, just break. We just go straight to the front door. So this last girl gets up there. Her costume is made of, she went to Hobby Lobby. She didn't get the new tool. She got the tool from the back that was on sale. Made a costume out of it. Then walked through that dirty ass building we were in. That was the costume that she decided to wear for the grand finale. Okay. I was like, and then she's like, that's the show. And I'm like, what the? I mean,
well, remember, that wasn't the end of the show. So she said that was the end, and then she brought up some dude to do comedy for about 5 minutes.
And it was horrible comedy.
Terrible.
It was terrible. So we are finally ready to leave it. I mean, I can't get out of here fast enough. I don't care about paying no tab. I think all drinks should be free on the house that we even came here. So I'm like, we're finally out of this. Like, it's ending, okay? Then we're walking out, and it's a goddamn hobo selling orange fake flowers in this place. I'm like, check, please. We got the fuck, Jays. We got to. There's shit in the corner because there's a hobo in here. So you can't tell me there's not shit in the corner with a hobo being in here. How does hobo and burlesque show even go together?
Well, given the performance we saw,
it went together. Yeah, it went together pretty well. So, yeah, that was our experience. Hi, friend, if you're listening. I don't want to mention your name because he's pretty high-powered here where we live at. And if someone knew this is how you treated your friends in real life, they probably wouldn't want you to have that position of power anymore. That's all I'm saying. If you're a friend of the Libra Lounge, you know what time it is. It is time for the gab.
We know. she has a really big mouth, which sounds kind of dirty, and that's probably true too. Let's gossip. The Gab with Keisha.
All right, so this is pretty ridiculous and funny, but cops were called out to Britney Spears' home earlier this week because her fans got concerned after she deleted her Instagram account.
What?
Okay, but wait. Britney done deleted that Instagram account at least 25 times this year long. So y'all wait till the 26th time to get alarmed. Like the fans were calling the police, said y'all need to go do a wellness check. Britney Spears is not on IG.
I'd be damned if somebody in fucking Detroit, Michigan is going to call for a welfare check on you.
Because I deleted my Instagram account, which I've done so many times before.
That is insane.
The only reason why the cops should go to our house is just, I don't know, a crime against face wash. Because the bitch is still wearing the same under eyeliner that she has for the last 5 years. I think whenever she goes out to an event and she gets her makeup done professionally, she just keeps it on. And that's it. Like, she just keeps wearing it until the very next time when I guess they clean her face first and apply some new makeup. But here's the funny thing. She got pissed the fuck off about it.
She should have.
I totally agree 100%. I would be pissed off too. Because God forbid there was really like some emergency. Like I think they had like earthquakes or something in California this week. Yeah. And I'm banging on the door at Britney Spears' house only to see her answer the fucking door in a crop top and them little bitty booty ass shorts with fucking eyeliner running down her face. And hair that looks like she just woke up out of bed.
We came to check on you. I guess we came at a good time.
But, I mean, ma'am. While we here and everything, go ahead and do a little something. Let me see. I ain't never been to a Britney Spears concert. Let me see what you do. This is just, like, the involvement that people think that they have with celebrities in their real life is kind of crazy.
It's getting crazier.
It is.
Yeah.
And my thing is, we know Britney is crazy. Remember when she shaved her head off?
Remember the last 10 years?
Remember just a couple of weeks ago, she fucking had a meltdown at a restaurant? But now y'all are concerned. Every time Britney do something stupid, she deletes her Instagram account. You know what I mean? So I think it's really, I don't know if it's beyond loyalty or...
It's not loyalty. No,
I don't even know what you call that.
It's that thing where... Because celebrities are so accessible now,
mm-hmm.
You really think that they're your friend, or you care about them, or they care about you, or they like you're now a part of their life because you've made them such a part of yours.
Yeah. I think they went overboard, and she actually did a press release about it. She was pissed.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm good. There's no reason to call the cops. Of all the crazy shit that Britney Spears has done over the years, why would this be the thing that you call the cops about?
Right.
I don't know. I don't get it. People are really fucking weird nowadays. I don't know.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like Kevin Nash, the wrestler who was Diesel.
No.
Okay. Anyway, so he has a podcast.
I only know Vin Diesel.
Okay. No, this is.
You know why?
Because
I live my life 1/4 mile. What was it? 1/4 mile at a time. That's right.
So Kevin Nash on his, he lost his son recently.
Mm.
So on his podcast a few days ago, he had like made some kind of disturbing contents about just not wanting to go on, and then he kind of went a little bit silent, and people were legitimately concerned.
Mm.
That's, to me, someone talks about killing themselves, and then they ghost the world. Okay, maybe that's something you should take. But just because somebody deletes their Instagram doesn't mean, and didn't say, hey, I'm going to do this, then kill myself.
Yeah. And my thing about it is all of her Instagram posts are exactly the same. It is like she went to Rainbow and said, oh, that top's cute. So are those booty shorts. I'll take one in every color. That is all that she wears on her IG posts. And she's sitting there trying to redo VMA performances of the past. She twirls around, she dances, and that we need a break from that. You know what I mean? Like, okay, damn, I'm glad Yeah, that was a good idea because she really needs to get on that context. She needs to get it like a social media manager or something like this because this ain't it. I'm like, what are you fucking really missing from Britney Spears deleting her IG account? What? Did you go into depression? Like, did you not get paid? Or I could never see myself doing something like that.
No.
And there's some celebrities that I swear we cousins, and I'm not about to go. I mean, I may just slide into their mom's DM and be like, "Hey, my fake cousin, she all right? I ain't seen her IG in a minute. She okay?" That's about it.
Miss Huffman, how's Maven doing?
My forever crush, Maven Huffman. If he only knew how much I loved him. He has no idea. Has no idea at all. Maven, call me. Call me soon. Because I don't know if you know, February 8th, I'm getting a hysterectomy. So if you want me to have all your babies, we got to act fast. Gotta do it right now.
Damn. In front of your husband.
He ain't got to know. Okay, so Jen Shaw. Jen Shaw. Okay. So she just got sentenced. She's got to do, 6.5 years. She was supposed to do this big interview. I think it was like going to be like a 2-hour, 3-hour long interview with Andy Cohen, kind of discussing all the things that have happened from her case, her sentencing, and probably the future, and then some of the stuff from the show, right? So then all of a sudden, last minute, she's like, I'm not doing it. And she kind of pointed the finger at Bravo, and she was like, I want to tell my story factually and how I want it to be told.
Well, then she better have the cops tell it. She better have the FBI in the room telling it.
All right. Court reporter, can you please go back a little bit? What did she say? Because I don't think we're going to get the full truth out of Jen.
Oh.
So then all of a sudden, I can't remember which day it was this week, we see that she's made this post about telling her the real story. If you want to know it, go to her website. And guess what you got to do, though?
Pay?
I don't even know. But you got to do something before you even... I don't know if you have to pay or not, but you got to do something before you even learn if you have to pay or not.
Download an app?
Mm-mm.
Say we love you?
Mm-mm.
Tell me.
You have to put your email in there.
Oh, you do?
This is someone who, as a profession, use people's personal information, including emails, to defraud them. Is that not total, like, I don't even know what the delusion.
Wow.
And if you do that, you're a stupid motherfucker. But if you do it, like, send me a DM. Tell me what it says, because I still want to know what it says, but I just don't want to put my information in there at all. But I'm very curious to know what she said. But so far, you know, there's always that one person like, you know what, I'll take the one for the team this time. No one has said what's on there. So I'm wondering, are people just, is it they don't care about her side of the story, which makes a lot of sense, or they're afraid to put their personal information in, which makes a shit ton of sense.
Which makes more sense. How
delusional of a person. You could have just done a press release.
Yeah, or just put it out there.
Oh, you could have done an IG. She could have done so many things, but she had the audacity to ask people to send in their personal information.
Oh, my God.
That bitch should have got 12. They should re-sentence her right now and say, Miss Shaw, it has come to the attention of the court that you ain't learned a goddamn thing, okay? So what we're going to do right here, we're going to re-sentence you. Maybe 12.5 years will make you come to your right mind, because you still not in it. You I don't know. You were talking about Black Lives Matter. Now everything is because she's been discriminated against because she's Polynesian. Jen, most people don't even fucking know you were Polynesian, okay?
Most people would have killed to be Polynesian.
She's kind of saying she's discriminated against. So people don't understand her struggles as being Polynesian.
It's worked out pretty good for The Rock.
Yeah, that's a good fucking point. Do like The Rock. He took his Polynesianness and turned it into millions and millions and millions of dollars. This is just a person who it just has not, I don't know if it's a mental thing with her, because It's like she believes her own. She truly believes her own lies.
She believes her own shit.
Yeah, she really, really does. And I've heard people say, "Oh, that person believes their own lies," but this is the true definition of she is still drinking her own Kool-Aid.
Yep.
She gonna mix them all together so they turn out black, so she can use it to say she for black people. Because this week has been all about Black Lives Matter and all of this other crazy shit. She just, I don't know what the end game is for her.
Prison.
I think she's going to act like this in prison, though.
I hope so.
I don't know. But when we get back, we're going to talk about some of the Real Housewives.
The Libra Lounge with Keisha. The Libra Lounge with Keisha.
Welcome back to the Libra Lounge with Keisha podcast. I just want to remind you guys to check me out on Pink Shade. We wrote down another episode of Love After Lockup, Mary Payne and I, and it's pretty funny. Despite the 900 technical difficulties that we had, we were able to pull the show together, and it turned out to be a fabulous show. All right. Also, make sure you are following us. What is it? Follow on Facebook.
Following on Facebook.
No. It's follow on Instagram. Damn, we are fucking old. Follow us on Instagram. Like us on Facebook.
There you go.
And you can listen to the show on iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn app, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music,
Google Podcasts. Yeah. Any place you get podcasts.
Damn, we really all know that shit?
We all know that.
People really be listening to us, huh?
They do.
That is... Oh, another technical difficulties that you guys just did not see.
Yeah, the fucking cat.
Just jump on the whole podcasting desk because he's pissed off because he woke up this morning and decided he wanted to eat right then, not at his normal 3:30. So he has been harassing, biting, fighting, chasing humans all day long.
If he keeps it up, he's gonna have to get his fucking meal on the street. He can go find a mouse somewhere.
Okay, you know what? You don't talk about my kids like that. You didn't go and go
Your
too
kid is
goddamn far.
bad,
This my baby.
undisciplined.
This my baby.
Oh,
He's getting right here, getting rubbed right now. This my baby.
You see, people, this is what goes on.
This my baby.
She complains about her animals. Someone else complains about her animals, and then she enables the fuck out of them.
Cause they're my kids.
It works the same with the animals. It works the same with our niece. She's an enabler.
So you just gonna put all my business out there in the street?
I'm sorry.
You know, millions and millions and millions of people listen to this podcast.
Millions. Millions.
All right. So as we all know, the Real Housewives of New Jersey is about to have their season premiere. I think it's February the 7th. And I'm so excited that I'm already rewatching old episodes to get in the mood. Because last season was just okay. It was okay. So, of course, which each new season, they have to release new taglines. So here are the taglines that I pulled up on my phone because I don't have a producer for this show to do things like that for me and have it prepared for me on the show layout form that's right in front of me. I don't have that. So I just kind of, had to take screenshots and put it in my photos.
You sent me the show layout while you were shuffling to the studio with your cheetah print slippers.
Anywho. So here are some of the, I'm not doing the new girls because I don't think those bitches should have a tagline already anyway. I'm like, who are you? Why are you on the show intro? No, we don't know if we like you yet. So here's Teresa Giudices. Blood may be thicker than water. I'm trying to do the voice. Blood may be thicker than water, but it's harder to clean when it spills.
I don't know what the fuck was that?
You know how Tree talks.
I know, but that's not what you did.
Okay, let me try it again.
You did like a weird half Italian all the way to a Betty Boop.
That's kind of her voice. Then I did it right. Let me try it again. Blood may be thicker than water, but it's harder to clean when it spills.
She doesn't say spills.
Spills.
Okay,
fuck great. You, James. Hate you. Okay, here's Melissa Gorga. You're never You know what? I'm just going to say these in my normal Texan.
There you go. It may be better that way.
Yeah, I'm just reading normal. Okay. I'm going to fuck up just read it normal anyway.
Sausage.
Sauce. Okay, so here's Melissa Gorgas. You'll never see how toxic someone is until you breathe fresher air. Well, when you go from breathing toxic air and you breathe some fresh air, you realize that you was in a fucked up situation. So, okay, Melissa Gorga.
These are fucking fortune cookies.
Pretty much. So this, oh God, why is she still on the show? Jennifer Aiden, who I just cannot stand her at all. Just, ugh. Payback's a bitch, so start barking. What? What?
What?
Payback's a bitch,
wait.
so start barking.
Like payback's a dog? Like a
I don't
bitch
know.
dog? So start.
Is
barking.
that what's that? That is so fun. If I got to think that hard and
No,
then
that's
ask
too
someone
much.
else to explain it to me, no.
So start barking.
Payback's a bitch, so start barking.
That's got to be it. I don't know how else you tie those together.
I guess so. I don't know. So here's Dolores Catanias. This Jersey girl, God, I want to read it in their voices so bad, but I'm so bad at it.
We'll do it. It's funny.
Okay. This is Dolores. Dolores.
Dolores.
Dolores. Dolores.
Dolorax.
Dolores. Okay. This Jersey girl has the look of the Irish. And nobody's screwing with my pot of gold.
Ugh.
That
These are
doesn't sound
terrible.
like Dolores.
No,
Yeah,
not
these
the-
are
no,
bad.
you-
Those taglines are horrible. The taglines
Taglines
are
are
as
terrible.
bad as my fucking accents trying to read them, okay?
Your accent is almost saving them.
Then here's Marge. The Marge. I'm a loyal friend and a lethal enemy. Now that bullshit right there, that's the truth. That bitch is spitting nothing but the truth with that right there. That's a good ass tagline, right? I understand it. If you watch the show, you like, yeah, that's true. So they were kind of lackluster with the exception of Marge. And there's like 2-3 new girls that are going to be on the show this season.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they have taglines, but I'm just like, why? I mean, I don't think they should have a tagline. We don't even know if they'll be here another season.
They got to earn the tagline?
Yeah. We've seen some bitches on New Jersey only have one season. And they were part of the intro. That's a waste of production money right there. It really, really is. Okay. So along with that, they are now filming the Real Housewives of Potomac's reunion, which I love this about Potomac. They always wear the same color.
Oh.
Yeah, it is always a color theme. So this year the color is blue, which unfortunately did not help Giselle at all because goddamn Jizzy. Ooh, you know when you love a person so much, but they do something so bad and they just keep doing it and keep doing it. Giselle just keep dressing bad. Giselle dresses like she shops at Dress Barn. And she's a beautiful woman, perfect figure, but she just dressed. At this point, someone did send me a message and say, is she just trolling us at this point? I'm like, she has to be. There's no, you can't tell me. She could go to any designer that she wanted to and said, look, I'm about to do another reunion show. Can you please make me something? But it's just, she tries so hard and fails so bad. And in my opinion, Potomac to me right now, they have been killing it this season. And I don't know who the editors are over there, but they need to redo their contracts. So them motherfuckers really been putting in the work this season, like faux real. But Potomac to me is top 3 of the best franchises from the Housewives franchise, but they dress the worst. Holy shit balls. I'm like, is this how they dress up north? No, because Teresa and them up north too, and they be dressing to the nines. But Potomac just, they can't do it. They just, it's just bad. Like when I owned my boutique, I thought about reaching out to Giselle and say, hi, I'm one of your biggest fans, and I'm really tired of people talking about how bad you dress.
Especially me.
Even though you do dress really bad. But I would love to sing you some pieces so you're not looking so soulful. She just dressed soulful.
What does that mean?
Like homely.
Like old?
It's homely.
That's homely.
Yes.
Simple. Boho.
No, don't do boho like that. No. What she's doing is most definitely not boho, but it's weird.
Is it not boho but hobo?
It's not exactly hobo, but it's
trash chic.
It's not even trashy. I believe they're good clothes. I think they're designer clothes. They just don't go to get. She doesn't.
It's not for her.
I think she's the type of person that says, "Oh, that's really cute. I'm gonna get it." Well, sometimes seeing something that's really cute doesn't mean it's going to look really cute on you. That's like going into the store knowing you wear a size 20, but you decide the size 2 looks really cute. So you buy and try to wear the size 2. Makes no sense to me. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, the reunion looks were just not there at all. And this week we finally, after a whole season, got to find out what happened to Heather Gay's fucking eye. Okay, because they never would tell us during the season what happened for her to get a black eye. We have thought a million different things, but she revealed during the reunion that she blacked out and she doesn't know what happened.
She blacked out and got a black eye?
Because she was drunk. Like, the bitches was really drunk.
Like drunk.
But she's like, I passed out. I don't know what happened. I woke up and it was like this. And I don't believe that for one red second. Jen Shaw punched her in her fucking eye. Maybe if I subscribe to Jen Shaw's website, can find out the truth. Yes, there's no, I think, they said for a couple of years that Jen Shaw has something on Heather. That's why Heather just has blindly followed her, taken up for her, this, and that. The rumor is that Jen has some info on Heather using racist slang.
Ruh-roh.
Well, she is from the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, and they didn't let black people in until
70s.
And yeah, so I don't know, but I think she's lying about that black eye. I mean, at this point, she could have at least thought of some elaborate false truth about it, and we would have just believed it.
Because here's the thing, look, and I've been blackout drunk before. If you fall,
that's how we got married.
Yeah. I've been blacked out ever since. When you fall, like if you stumble and fall when you're drunk, usually if it's something to give you a black eye, you've also broken your nose. Yeah. Or it's really hard to just hit just your eye.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, something else happened. Or she got punched in her fucking eye.
Oh, look at you coming on with the facts and shit.
It happens. It happens sometimes.
Yeah, every now, it just never happens when it needs to happen.
Well, I'm glad I could shed some light on the
black eyes.
Black eyes and blackout
Thank you so
drinks.
much. What would we have done with our producer James's? But I agree. If she blacked out and just fell, she would have broken something else. Something else would have been black and blue.
And pissed somebody off and got punched in the eye. I mean, that can happen too. Still, that blackout is yeah.
I don't know. Okay, when we get back, we're going to talk a little bit of love after lockup. Welcome back to the Libra Lounge with Keisha podcast. So, okay, if you listen to Pink Shade podcast, you heard us totally do the recap of last Friday's episode of Love After Lockup. You know that here on the Libra Lounge with Keisha, I'm not about to sit in front of a TV and take notes and tell you verbatim what someone says because I'm just too fucking lazy to do it. But what I will do is pick out what I thought was entertaining from the episode and make fun of it, which that leads me to Derek and Monique. Okay. So, we're back in the car, okay? We're back in the car. We've got Monique driving. We've got Derek and his little bitty booster seat in the back seat. Then we got these two scared for their fucking life white people in the front and the back. Now, it's nighttime. It's a chase. Someone's been chasing them since they left an apartment complex. Or maybe it was I don't know if it was a nursing home place where they were. He was supposed to be seeing his grandmother who wasn't doing very well. All right. So all of a sudden, when they pull out, someone else pulls out right behind them, and it's kind of like a high-speed chase, I would say.
Well, somebody got out and said, "Hey, Derek,"
which we don't find that out until later on in last week's episode.
No, right when it started, someone said, "Hey, Derek."
Yeah, and I completely missed that part, and I didn't know of that until Monique later on told us that. So, anyway,
that was what kicked it off.
All right, I've got my seatbelt extender on. I'm Monique driving. Okay.
That seatbelt extender got you in trouble.
I'm scared, Derek. I don't know which way to go. I don't know this line. Derek. Okay, keep going straight. Okay. Derek, someone call the police. Derek, you a victim this time. Derek, you a victim. I'm not. Which way? Stop yelling at Derek. Please stop yelling at me. Who is it, Derek? Derek, who is it? And these poor white people are like, do not stop this car. This is probably too much niggeration for us. This is not part of our contract. with WeTV. This is too much, because this is how you know the chase was real. Those people were genuinely scared. And at first I wasn't sure if Monique was, but I think she was really like, I don't know what to do. And this is how, if you never, ever, ever knew, this is how you know now that WeTV and Matt Sharp ain't shit. How many times did they unnecessarily show Monique's belly up against the steering wheel?
Well, because they kept going. That guy's camera was still on. And that was the angle.
But they had plenty of other footage that they could have shown.
There was no
other
reason.
than the belly helping her with the steering wheel. I was like, WeTV ain't about shit right now. But I tell you what I would do. If I were Monique, I say, okay, since y'all want to be funny, okay, I tell you what, let's redraw up this contract, because as much as y'all showing my seatbelt extender and my stomach, they need to be part of the contract. They need to get paid too. Because to me, the seatbelt extender can have its own reality TV show. It's been the most fascinating thing this season. Every time I see the seatbelt extender, I know things are about to pop all the way the fuck off. So here we are back in this scene. I got to go over this railroad track, Derek. And when she hit that fucking railroad track, I'm like, that bitch got a little bit of diesel in her right there, because they flew. And she's like, I'm so scared, Derek. I'm so scared. Derek, who is it, Dad? Do you know? That's your sisters? Derek, it's your sisters. Derek, you only been out 3 days. What could you have done in 3 days that you've been out there that somebody be chasing you like this, Derek? Oh my God. And he's in the backseat being the fucking short asshole that is. Take a right. Will we stop in the middle of this high-speed chase? Somebody else drive. Help her. Take right. No, turn left. This right or the other right there?
It's right, other right.
I'm so confused. The left right or the right? And then you hear him in the backseat. This is my neighborhood, bitch. What the fuck this got to do with? Maybe because we're in your neighborhood is the catalyst behind why we're being chased.
And Derek, not for a second did Derek give them any idea that they shouldn't be afraid for their life.
Yeah, because he's about to go. Don't stop. Go.
Yeah, the drug dealer in the back seat is telling you to go, and he's not telling you that you're not in danger. It's a problem.
Drug dealer, high-speed chase. Somebody put a body in the fucking trunk. So why is this happening? So one of the producers was like, look, we're on the phone. These poor people. Because they were scared. Like, they didn't know what the fuck was going on. They're like, we're going to meet up with the rest of the crew with security. Okay. They go, here it goes. Because I can't do this. The worst thing you can do in the middle of a fucking high-speed chase is close your goddamn eyes. Which is exactly what I can't see Dick. Oh, I can close my eyes, Dick. I'm so scared, Dick. Dick. Don't turn on me. Okay, let's turn. When we get right here, let's turn. The security got me.
I wish it was on camera.
Security got me. Scared.
She sounded like Michael Jackson singing. She really did.
So,
oh my God, Shimona.
That's how she sounds. So we finally get in the parking lot with the other people. Wait. Is security come ride the car with us, Derek? You stay in the back there where little kids are safe. You don't come in the front seat, Derek. It's too much. Derek, I'll just go back to the hotel. But we're going to stop by Popeyes before we go. Because you know what? You put me in that situation, I would be hungry as fuck. I'm like, I know we in danger, everybody. I get it. We all have been through a lot. But if I don't get some motherfucking carbs right here, things are going to go from bad to worse, like immediately. So then we go to the next day, and they're in their hotel room. And, I mean, this was something else that she fucking said that was so dumb. She's like, Dick.
It's not even 2 syllables.
Dick
is 1 word.
Dick. I don't feel safe leaving you here. Bitch, what the fuck is you gonna do? Bust into the room like the Kool-Aid man? Like, what are you gonna do to protect Derek at this point, okay? I think, Derek, Derek's like, well, what you wanna do? I'm hoping you go home. That's what he's thinking. And so she's,
how scared are you?
Right? Because things could really pop out tonight. You never know.
Get bad.
Might want to go back to Chicago. And so she's like, I think I want to switch the cars. Probably get an SUV. Because that was, no, I'm not even trying to be funny. Is that she had to be on, look, I don't know how much Monique weighs.
We'll take odds.
But I've been almost 400 pounds before. And you need a bigger vehicle because your belly really does sit on the steering wheel. So I'm like, I'm not even being funny when I say she probably, if they gonna keep having high speed chases and shit like this going on, she might want to get a bigger vehicle. So she's like, and I think we need to switch the hotel room. Bitch, do you think that's go? Someone rolled up on you at a nursing home facility. You think switching fucking from this Motel 6 to that Motel 6 is really going to make a difference in your safety? Because at this point right here, when we get back, me and Derek don't have shit to talk about because I'm packing all my shit, booking my flight. You on your own, Negro. Like, I cannot do any of this. So this whole time, Derek's like, yeah, you think it's my sisters? Yeah, I think it's my sisters too. Mm-hmm. Elizabeth, Aubriana, Lester, all of them. And she's like, yeah, I think it's your sister and them, Dick. Especially since they was arguing with me before and they knew we was gonna go see your grandma. I'm like, why are you rationalizing this lying motherfucker? Because he is lying. He lying so much he won't even be in the same room with you while he lying right now. So he is fully letting his sisters take the fall for this because 100%, because he knew who was in the back of that vehicle, who was driving that vehicle.
Yep.
And I think, which we're going to find out, I don't know, we may find out tonight, or they may try to like drag this
do
on.
a whole nother episode.
I think it's the baby mama.
I think so too.
I think it's the baby mama that he never told Monique about. Maybe someone that he...
I think it's who he's trying to scam Monique's money out for. That's where I'm going with.
I think Monique is pretty fucking annoying, personally. And I don't care how much Matt Sharp money is coming out. I would go back to dealing drugs than have to deal with Monique on a regular basis. Like, he's on probation and on Monique probation as well. And I think regular probation may have less stipulations than what she's saying, okay? All right, so we're going to see what happens tonight. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I was looking forward to that was going to happen tonight?
That's the biggest thing to me. Well, except maybe seeing if Skylar finally just punches that girl in the face in a mad rage.
You mean Skylar is the girl. The guy's name is Nathan.
Yeah, sorry.
Nathan
is a fucking powder keg.
He's a fucking lunatic. And I think I said on Pink Shade, he is like gonna get a brain aneurysm for always.
Something's bad is gonna happen in this season with them. I'm sure.
Something, I don't know, but I will say that it was mentioned when we were recapping on Pink Shade. I was like, all I know is that when they were listing out the wines and they said that strawberry lemonade rosé, that shit sound real, real good. So of course someone found it for us and posted it. They're like, it's $6.99. I'm like, $6.99? God, that's a deal right there.
That's an
strawberry lemonade rosé. How delicious does that sound?
I'm gonna grab that and some Stellarosa tonight. We're gonna have a party.
Woohoo! Okay, you guys, it is time for me to award the Bitch Please of the Week from the Libra Lounge.
Bitch Please! You be rolling down the street telling stories, bitch, you never tell the truth. Bitch Please! Everybody know you lying, bitch, cause all you do is lie.
Now this pisses me off, and y'all know it takes a lot to offend me. It takes a lot to piss me off. Usually I could just like be like whatever, or kind of I can laugh at just about anything. Okay, yeah. Anything because everything can be made into something funny. That's kind of how I look at the world, and I don't think people realize that because most people can't be like that. Just find the humor in everything. All right, but I will say this is that I have 2 chronic illnesses. I spend a large majority of the time in my bed because I'm in pain or don't feel well. So what we do is we laugh, we poke fun of, we just do. And not to mention, we are watching television shows that are about some of these stupidest people in America, okay? So if you listen to Pink Shade, Justine and Montana Mills, all right? So there was this scene where she was kind of like, Montana Mills' mom was low-key threatening Justine, saying, you know, I put the same way I put them together, that I can separate them. And she just has this witchy fucking look about her, right? And so I said on the show, she looked like she should conjure some shit up in her kitchen, like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a bit of cat's hair. Yeah, I think that she looked like she brewed shit, all right? So I mentioned that on the show. And so then in the group, one of the groups for the show, for the podcast, this woman goes, I really love you guys, but that was low-key racist for you to say Dominican people look like they can conjure up shit. What? What? Now, I'm the type of person that if you call me out on my shit and you're right, I'll tell you, you know what, you dead ass right. But I'm like, bitch, when the fuck did I ever say Dominican people look like they can conjure up spells? Now, they do have good food. I don't know, does that make me racist as well to say that? But I never, ever, ever said anything about this woman's ethnicity. As far as I know, they're not even Dominican. I heard they're Guyanese. So, like, for her to, you just can't go around calling people racist on a social media platform, okay? So this girl calls me racist. I know she's not talking about the person, Mary Payne, who is the host of the show, because I'm the one who said the conjuring thing. So I tell her, I'm like, first off, no one brought up ethnicity other than you by saying she's Dominican, right? And so she's like, well, I didn't see a pointy hat. Bitch, have you never seen once in your life any other witches that don't? Harry Potter and them didn't always have on their hats. The majority of the time, they didn't have on a hat. You know, Glinda the Good Witch didn't wear a fucking pointed black hat. She wore a motherfucking crown. Like, what? Really? To me, right there, that's witchinism right there. Because you're saying all witches have to wear a fucking hat.
Well, you know which ones do wear pointy hats?
Which ones?
White ones.
Ooh, slam.
Yep.
Slam. Slammed up. So I was like really offended by this. And I fall into the category of never knowing how far I should go with telling off a person, because they will quickly go to, oh, well, you're just being an aggressive, black, angry woman. And that is not something that I want, especially on someone else's platform that I'm coming on to. So I'm really pissed the fuck off and want to really fucking grab this bitch by her throat through the page and be like, what the fuck did you just call me? You call me racist, okay? But I got to give it up to my boo. He shut that bitch all the way the fuck down. Because I told her, you need to watch how you're slinging around the word racist, because that could be very detrimental to a person. And so she's like, well, you don't want us giving out black cards and telling people they can say the N-word. Bitch, that's not what the fuck I said either.
Well, what she said in that same thread was, she said, well, you know, when you're talking to a mostly white audience, you need to be careful throwing around black cards and things like that.
Yeah. That
pissed me the fuck off. So my response was, oh, are you telling the black woman to mind her P's and Q's when talking to the white audience? Is that what we're doing right here on a show that talks about people after lockup? You know, all of these shows
predominantly black people or poor people,
or predominantly people of color and poor people.
Yes.
So I just want to make it clear: you're telling the black woman to watch her mouth to the white people, while we're making fun of black folks.
Yeah.
And I didn't see many comments after that.
No, then usually I can shut a bitch down, but I honestly was a little bit nervous too, because again, it'd be different if she were coming onto the Libra Lounge page and saying this, then I could have gone all the way off on her. But I'm on someone else's page. I'm their guest co-host. I got to kind of watch what I say, because I don't want that to affect their show. You know what I mean? Right. But it really was that. I'm like, we or because I got in trouble the week before that for fat shaming someone because I posted this meme of a seatbelt extender, which I thought was fucking hilarious. And because to me, I'm like, the seatbelt extender needs a credit too, because it has been on 95% of the episodes this season. And I got accused of fat shaming, like all of these things. I'm like, we are on a show. You're listening to a podcast that is making fun of these people, their parenting skills, how they dress, how they look, their IQs,
making fun of
their
everything.
hair, every aspect of their life, including their weight.
The show is Pink Shade.
Yes, which this has nothing to do with Pink Shade at all.
No,
They're fabulous. Love them being on there.
But that's the show.
Yeah, it's about throwing shade at people. Like, basically, I know these people don't listen to my show. There ain't no way, no how that they listen to my show. They don't need to listen to my show because you'd be greatly, greatly, greatly offended. But I don't think I make fun of everyone, no matter what race you are. I make fun of black people more than anything in the world, and I'm very dark-skinned black. Okay, we live in a multicultural household here.
Here's the thing: you don't have to go left on somebody. Sometimes you can just replay their words
back. Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
and let them see what they really said.
Yes,
and most of the time they'll be like, "Oh." That's not what I meant to say.
So that's why Melissa, I'm not telling your last name because if I was a real bitch, I would. You get the bitch please of the week from the Libra Lounge with Keisha, and we will catch you guys next week.
It's the Libra Lounge. The Libra Lounge. Ooh.